If you've ever found yourself sneezing and sniffling at home, you've probably just blamed it on dust, right? But what if I told you the real problem isn't the dust itself, but an unseen roommate living by the millions right in your bed? Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're uncovering the truth about what's really lurking in your home.
Yeah, we all call it a dust allergy, but that's not really the full story. The truth is, you're not allergic to the dust. You're allergic to a microscopic creature that is absolutely thriving in your home, feeding on a constant supply of, well, you.
So, it's time to meet our suspect. Its official name is Dermatophagoides pteronyssinus. A bit of a mouthful, I know. You can just call it the European house dust mite. And this tiny, tiny creature is the main reason so many of us suffer from allergies at home.
Okay, let's build a profile on this little guy. To figure out how we can deal with it, we first have to really understand what it is and how it operates.
You know, for a long time, we just vaguely blamed dust. But back in the 1960s, researchers, especially in places like the Netherlands and Japan, finally pinpointed the real source. And it turns out, it's not the dust at all, but specific allergenic proteins coming from these microscopic arachnids.
So what exactly is this thing? Well, first off, it's a metazoan. Now that's just a fancy way of saying it's a complex, multicellular animal with organs and systems, not a simple single-celled organism like an amoeba. And that complexity is really important because that's what allows it to produce the powerful allergens that give us so much trouble.
Now, here's a really key detail. It's classified as an ectoparasite. But it's not like a tick or something that lives on your body. No, the house dust mite lives near you in what it sees as your nest. Think your bed, your couch, and it survives entirely on the dead skin cells that we all shed constantly. And if we take a look at its family tree, you can see it's in the phylum Arthropoda and the class Arachnida. So what does that mean? It means despite being microscopic, it's actually more closely related to spiders and ticks than it is to insects like flies or ants.
All right. So we know what it is, but where exactly does it live? Let's map out its favorite hangouts and find out why some places, like the Netherlands, are pretty much a paradise for dust mites.
The house dust mite is what we call cosmopolitan. Basically, it's found wherever humans are. But it doesn't just survive everywhere, it absolutely thrives in warm, humid environments. And that is a huge clue when it comes to figuring out where we'll find the highest numbers of them.
And this brings us right back to the Netherlands. Its naturally humid climate makes Dutch homes a perfect breeding ground for these mites. And this data is just fascinating. It shows that the #1 hotspot for mite allergens by a massive, massive margin is the mattress.
Let's just look at these numbers for a second. The allergen concentration in mattresses is more than double what you'd find in a carpeted floor. We're talking high-risk levels for triggering allergy symptoms. And even the levels in carpets are high enough to cause what's called sensitization, which is basically the process where your body first learns to become allergic to something. Okay, so there's a huge population of these mites living with us, but how do they actually make us sick? Let's break down the mechanism of their attack.
So here's the kicker, and this is probably the most important part. You're not actually allergic to the mite itself. You're allergic to proteins found in its tiny fecal pellets. So everyday things, like making your bed or just walking on the carpet, kicks these invisible pellets up into the air. We breathe them in, and our immune system just goes haywire, mistaking them for some kind of dangerous invader.
And the size of these pellets is the real secret to their success. At just 20 to 50 microns, they're perfectly light enough to float around in the air after being disturbed, and they're just the right size to be inhaled deep into our lungs. And that's where the allergic reaction really kicks off.
So we've profiled this suspect, we've mapped its habitat, and we understand its attack plan. Now for the most important part, the counteroffensive. How do we fight back?
To even know if this is your problem, doctors have a few tools in their toolkit. They can literally look for mites in a dust sample with a microscope. They can use molecular tests to hunt for their DNA, or they can run a blood test. That blood test looks for specific antibodies, called IgE, that your body creates when it's fighting off an allergen. Once you have a diagnosis, the strategy is basically a 1-2 punch. First, you have to control your environment to reduce your exposure to the mites. And second, you manage your body's over-the-top immune response with either medication or, for a more long-term fix, something called immunotherapy.
Now, when it comes to immunotherapy, you've probably heard of allergy shots. That's a really common approach. But it's worth pointing out that key research, a lot of it coming out of the Netherlands, has really pushed for an alternative, sublingual immunotherapy. This involves placing a little tablet or some drops under your tongue to slowly teach your immune system to, well, chill out.
Treatment is great for managing symptoms, but honestly, the best strategy is just good old-fashioned prevention. It's all about making your home as unwelcoming as possible for these unwanted roommates.
Okay, so here's your battle plan. Use those allergen-proof covers on your mattress and pillows. They create a barrier. Wash all of your bedding every week in hot water to kill any mites. Try to keep your home's humidity low, under 50% if you can. And if possible, think about replacing carpets with hard flooring to get rid of one of their favorite hiding spots.
So what's next? Well, looking to the future. Researchers are trying to understand the exact molecular structure of these allergens. The big goal here is to develop even more targeted, personalized therapies, maybe even vaccines or medications that can neutralize the allergens before they ever have a chance to trigger a reaction.
We put this whole explainer together using an advanced search to pull information from a lot of really technical sources. If you're a science geek like me and you want to dive deeper, we've linked to all of the source material for you in the Notebook LM document in the description. So, now that you've been formally introduced to your millions of microscopic roommates, are you ever going to look at a dusty corner the same way again? It definitely makes you think about what's really going on in your own home, doesn't it?
If you found this deep dive helpful, please subscribe to the explainer for more. We'd also love to hear your thoughts, or maybe even your own dust mite horror stories, down in the comments. Thanks for watching.